Hey guys, it's me Joanne. Welcome to my podcast. Our topic for today is money or family. I know it's difficult choices, 'di ba? It's I think every people um it is really difficult to choose, to choose if it's money or family, 'di ba? Kasi syempre, if you choose family, of course, you also sacrifice the future of your family, 'di ba? But if you also choose the money, of course, you also sacrifice your family. And ang mahirap 'yun kasi I have a lot of friend that um, na mga overseas workers na ang hirap talaga. But yung kanila talaga, yung purpose talaga nila bakit sila nag-a-abroad is hindi para sa kanila. Especially sa future. For example, if you are a mother, you go to Dubai because you want also a best future for your children, na at least makapagtapos sila ng pag-aaral, makaano sila, tamasan nila yung isang buhay na hindi mo natamasan noon, 'di ba? Kasi syempre, why not, if you have a chance to go to other country to work, of course you will grab it, but the the every decision that we made in our life, there always have a consequences, and we always have to prefer with that, that every decision we made in our life is, they always have something in it, and we have to be ready with it. And we know that, for example, if you go to abroad to work, of course the sacrifice, if your children, and when you're already there, you will think your children, you will be homesick, and you will be said that, how I wish I didn't come here, how I wish that I stay in the Philippines. But I know lately you will also realize of it that, this is the real life, na this is only for a few, how can you call it, a few situation, I mean, not situation, but kumbaga pansamantala lang, yung pansamantala lang na kumbaga, yes, like pansamantalang sitwasyon lamang. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng oras at sitwasyon is malungkot ka, 'di ba? You also have to put motivation to yourself why you are here, why you want to go to abroad, 'di ba? It's because for your family, because for your children, that you want to give them future, So ako, mayroon akong mga kaibigan na nag-overseas workers. They are very difficult, especially na they sacrifice their children, like yung anak pa lang nila is baby. So ang hirap kasi syempre nung malayo ka sa anak mo, um hindi pa niya totally know about you, and they also still need you, na gusto pa talaga yung kalinga ng isang ina, but hindi mo maibibigay kasi syempre you don't have choice, wala kang choice kundi syempre mangibang bansa ka kasi gusto mo mapabuti yung kalagayan niya in the future. Of course, syempre pag kahit naman malayo ka, you can also give them, your support, and yung gabay mo rin, and you still have intact to your children, 'di ba? Hindi porket nasa ibang bansa ka na, ayaw mo na silang, kumbaga, yung contact mo sa mga anak mo is magiging less. No, you still have, your presence, and you can still talking to them. They have a cellphone kasi before, yung mga overseas workers, hindi pa exist yung mga cellphone. Ano pa lang yun, mga kumbaga telegram, yung telegram pa lang. Kasi I still remember my auntie when she was still alive, the elder sister of my father, mayroon siyang pimpal, yung pa lang, yung mga yung sulat-sulat pa lang, kasi hindi pa yun uso yung mga yung internet, yung cellphone, yung laptop, yung computer, wala pa nun eh. So pa lang, telegram. So she been also experienced with that. And then one of my classmates, she was also in Dubai, I think. And now she was already in the Philippines, and then she is in a vacation. Finally, kasi how many, I think, how many months that she's keep on fighting with it, that she really want to go to Philippines as a vacation, kasi it's been a long time that she didn't see her family, and I really understand. And yes, the first time that she been arrived there, she was very skinny kasi she was been stressed, and also everything, the surrounding, the environment, the culture is really different, and also the food, and then also like your expectation is different than what you think, na what is in, yung may expect mo talaga, 'di ba? It is really difficult kasi never ako naging isang naging overseas. Hindi ako overseas. Kasi pumunta ako dito, it's because for my husband, 'di ba? But my feelings is just like what they feel also, like for example, like family, that I miss my family, they also miss their family. But ako kasi wala akong anak sa Pilipinas. I am single, and syempre hindi para sa akin hindi mahirap yung mga ganun. But ang hirap um to see, and to think about it, na yung pamilya ko, yung mama at papa ko, na hindi ko sila madadala dito sa Belgium nang ganun-ganun na lang, 'di ba? Kasi syempre ang hirap kumbaga petisyonan yung parents, kasi eh, a lot of people say, and I really agree with that, a lot of people say that Belgium is really difficult to get in, to apply visa. I really agree with that, kasi ako na-deny yung visa ko, and every time I go to embassy in Manila, embassy in Makati, a lot of Filipina there that are almost 12 years, 12 years, 10 years, 15 years, and they already have children, but still they cannot get their visa kasi ang hirap, sabi nila, sobrang hirap. And especially if you have a child, it's really difficult also, kasi syempre you also still need na, kumbaga, like for example, the declaration that your husband, the Belgian, the Vlamsman, that they consider it that that's her, or his child, that his child, that the child, the baby. So, at ipapangalan. Tapos, syempre, may mga time talaga na yung anak is yung makukuha, na mauuna pagpunta dito sa Belgium. Of course, as a mother, it's difficult for you kasi mapapalayo yung anak mo, 'di ba? Kailangan pa ng anak ng kalinga ng isang ina. Syempre, ang hirap. But with me, I never akong naka-experience ng ganun. But na-experience ko lang is yung madina yung visa ko. But I really want that my parents to come here to Belgium, but it's really difficult kasi I asked to my husband and how about the processing, and then he said it's really difficult kasi it takes time, and of course my parents is also getting older, it's not getting younger. So it's just like, if it's like possible like this, na through messenger, through how can you call it, like webcam, something like that, I can do that. Every day, I think every day, not I think, but every day, like for example, I am home, more on kasi na I calling to them, hindi man siya katagalan, but I always call them house day, and then their life, about their Philippines, about their daily life. So that's what I always want to know it, and how's their health, so something like that. And then kung talaga, syempre mahirap talaga ibalanse kung pera or pamilya, kasi syempre in every people has different situation, 'di ba? May nagsasabi, of course I would choose money, kasi papaano ka mabubuhay kung wala kang pera? And oo, magkasama kayo ng inyong pamilya, but mahirap yung buhay, mahirap yung pagkain, tapos may mga gusto kang bilhin na hindi mo mabibili, tapos mayroon yung mga anak mo, you also thinking na yung kapalaran ng yung mga anak ko. But if you also choose, kung pipiliin mo man yung pera din, ang hirap din, kasi syempre masasacrifice yung pamilya mo, yung as a being a mom to your child, 'di ba? Tapos wala kang kasiguruhan also that, and also the life of your child also, they will also be affected with it, 'di ba? Kasi hindi lahat ng mga bagay sa mundo is makukuha mo ng sabay, 'di ba? May sasakripisyo talaga, 'di ba? Dapat as a person, yes, as a person, kailangan mo talagang mag-isip ng kung ano talaga yung makaka-best na makakatulong sa ating pamilya, 'di ba? Pero mas maganda pag mag-a-abroad, 'di ba? Kung mangingibang bansa man kayo, dapat yung anak ninyo is kumbaga may sapat na kumbaga isip ba na mai-explain mo sa kanila, 'di ba? Kasi syempre pag ano pa lang, pag baby pa lang, tapos let's say mga 8 months pa lang, 9 months, hindi pa nga nagwa 1 year, ang hirap nun, ang hirap kasi syempre ikaw mafi-feel guilty ka, tapos pagpunta mo ng ibang bansa kasi yung expectation mo talaga is maaano ka talaga, kumbaga maso-surprise ka talaga, tapos malaki yung impact sa iyo eh. Kasi syempre as a Filipino, yung culture natin, mahihirapan tayo. Yun yung kadalasan yung naririnig ko sa mga overseas workers na mga kaibigan ko, na yun talaga yung ano nila, yung nahihirapan talaga sila yung mag-adapt sila ng pagkain, yung mga tradition, especially kung yung amo mo is very religious Muslim, kailangan mo talaga mag-ano ka, kumbaga mag-hijab ka, 'di ba? Tapos kumbaga yung iba is hanggang dito na ito lang makikita yung mata. Kasi one of my friend, she have also yung nasa Riyadh siya. Nang sabi ko sa kanya, that is very difficult, to move, I think. Kasi tapos minsan pag nandyan yung lalaki, kailangan nandyan lang siya sa loob ng kanyang kwarto na hindi siya pwede lumabas. So ang hirap ng ganyan kasi yung kumbaga yung mga rules talaga ng ibang bansa, especially sa mga Muslim country, it is really difficult. May mga relihiyon na mga amo naman na there are very, kumbaga mga modern people na sila, kasi may mga talaga na mga Muslim na they still following their religion na ganito talaga yung nila, kumbaga yung tawag nito, yung rule talaga nila dito. Kasi we also watch a documentary from the Philippines na yung mga Pilipino, papaano sila trinitrain na pagpunta nila ng ibang bansa as a overseas workers, na yung training talaga, nakita ko talaga as in na hahasain ka talaga, kasi sasabihin nila na yung pupuntahan ninyo is hindi yung ini-expect ninyo na maganda. You are lucky if you have a good boss, yung may maganda kang amo, 'di ba? Kasi hindi lahat ng makukuha mong amo is mabait, 'di ba? Swerte ka na lang ba? Swerte ka na lang. Kasi yung kaibigan ko, swerte siya, yung classmate ko, swerte siya na yung kanyang amo is mabait. Tapos sabi ko sa kanya, may pinagpapala talaga at mayroon din hindi. Tapos may pinagpapala din na about mentally talaga, yung mental health talaga, kasi syempre parang naninibago ka kasi pag nasa ibang bansa ka talaga, you feel you are not secure, you feel like you have missing part of your life. But it's normal, that is normal. I also been feel that when I came here in I think I already feel that when I was here mga 2 years old, 3 years old, 3 years old, 3 years, 3 years old, mga 1 years and 2 years, I think I feel already that na I feel like something missing part of my life, that and also like the language, it is really difficult, na para kang alien, na you are not belong here in this society, in this world. So but of course, syempre kung may mga talaga, kung may purpose, kung yung purpose nyo talaga is malinis, yung purpose nyo talaga is for your family, your purpose is not to be rich, your purpose is for the future of your children, and not to be selfish to yourself or the future for your parents or something like that, even though it's not your responsibility to support your parents, but nasa sa atin pa rin, 'di ba? Sa atin pa rin kasi you know what, yung kung gusto mo talagang umasenso, Kasi kung gusto mo talagang umasenso, mas maganda talaga na may ano ka, kumbaga may purpose ka, kung bakit ka ng ibang bansa. And siyempre, lahat tayo may iba-iba tayong ano pinaghuhugutan ng ating ano lakas kung saan tayo humuhugot, 'di ba? Mas maganda talagang gano'n. Tapos kung pupunta kayo ng ibang bansa, yung inyong hawak talaga is yung inyo talaga na like what I said, yung purpose talaga ninyo kung bakit kayo gusto mang ibang bansa, 'di ba? And then um that's why a lot of people they suffering how can you call it, like depression and yes, depression kasi yung expectation nila is malaki yung expectation nila. Ako kasi when I came here in Belgium, um never talaga ako nag-expect ng malaki. So, yung ano lang sa akin is yung ano, yung panahon nila dito, yung weather nila, tapos yung time nila, tapos ano, tapos syempre ang lamig. So, yun ang tapos yung pagkain. But yung ibang mga expectation, parang parehas lang sa Pilipinas, pero syempre yung kaibahan, mas malaki talaga yung kaibahan. And then I used to it like that, and I told myself, I just saying it to myself na this is my life now. I'm making my own destiny, my own road, my own life here in Belgium. Of course I will accept that, 'di ba? And then so sa mga OFW, I'm really bow to them kasi syempre masasabi ko talaga na sila yung mga hero talaga sila kasi syempre yung sacrifice pa lang na ginawa nila sa pamilya nila sa Pilipinas, na pumunta sila ng abroad, na syempre makipagsapalaran para sa pamilya, para sa mga anak niya, para sa mga future, 'di ba? Wala namang masama kung ano, kung tawag nito, kung sa pera, 'di ba? Wala namang masama, basta alam mo kung ano yung purpose mo talaga, kung bakit ka nag-ibang bansa, 'di ba? Hindi porket gusto mo mang-ibang bansa kasi gusto mong yumaman, gusto mong bumili ng mga gamit, yung gusto mong bumili ng mga lupa. Ako kasi never ako, isang lupa at bahay lang yung akin sa Pilipinas, is yung kinatitirikan ng parents ko. Yun lang. Kasi ang sabi ko sa sarili ko, what will I do with that? Na lahat ng mga ari-arian, ano, away lang 'yan, 'di ba? At the end, away lang 'yan. Tapos hinding-hindi mo 'yan madadala, 'di ba? Tapos yung mga material na bagay, hindi kasi ako ano, I am not exposed with material things kasi. Yung hinahanap ko talaga is yung isang makakapagbigay saya sa akin, like which is like to help other people. Yun ang nakakapagbigay sa akin. And also as a child, I also want to pay it back, na yung ano ng parents ko, yung sacrifice that they did for my other siblings and for me. It's not easy, to sacrifice everything, as a parents. I understand now because I am also a parent, and I cannot sacrifice just like what my parents did for us, for me. So for me, I can do my best as a parent, as a mother to my son, and I will try my best to be present with him, and like at school, teaching him, and telling him about everything, na I also want to listen with him, like in time that, for example, if he's having a girlfriend or something like that, or what he want in the future, something like that. I want to be like that because my relationship with my parents is just like friends, best friends. We can tease, we can laugh, like we cannot see each other like parents and children, but we know how to put our boundary. We still respect naman our parents. We still there, the respect is still there. We know joke times, and we know the serious times. So it's just like that. So to all the overseas workers, I really salute you guys kasi sacrifice is not really it's not really easy what you sacrifice to your life, kasi yung iba, yung maliit pa yung kanilang mga anak, they already go abroad because yes, they think for the future, and some of them also when they go back to the Philippines, they get the relationship, they get it didn't work, and then it's also sad for the family na magkakawatak-watak yung pamilya. It's because kung kailan kayo ngibang bansa, doon kayo magwawatak-watak, 'di ba? Mas hindi maganda kasi what I said, yung pera kasi may mga may good and bad impact kasi yan eh. So syempre nasa sa atin pa rin kung papaano natin gamitin, kung igagamitin natin to sa maling paraan or sa tamang paraan. Like what I said, yung purpose ninyo talaga. Kasi yung purpose ninyo, manglalaki kayo sa ibang bansa, 'di ba? Tapos or yung asawa ninyo sa Pilipinas is mang babae, something like that. That's not the purpose. Yung purpose ninyo is for your own self. Like that is a selfish purpose. Hindi yung purpose na para sa inyong ikabubuti ng future ninyo as a couple na someday na mag-retire, you can already have a good life, mayroon kayong makakain, mayroon kayong bahay na maaano ninyo na that's my house, na pinaghirapan namin yan, pinaghirapan ko yan, pinaghirapan yan ng asawa ko na mapundar, kasi may mga overseas workers na talaga na pagpabalik nila ng Pilipinas is walang pundar. Kasi syempre kumbaga waldas dito, waldas doon, 'di ba? Syempre dapat mayroon tayong kung ano yung purpose ninyo is may mapupuntahan, 'di ba? Hindi puro lang labas yung pera, 'di ba? Dapat we have to, especially sa mga overseas workers, they have to be careful. Kasi ako, I'm also careful. And what I said, what I said, the only property that I bought is yung kinatitirikan ng bahay ng my parents. And for me, it's enough for me. Because I live here in Belgium and my son is here. So, and of course, yeah, my family is also there, but and then of course, my life here in world is temporary, not everything is permanent, it is temporary. Every one of us, we're living in this world, and we're living with nothing, kasi pumunta tayo sa mundong ito, sa mundong ibabaw, sinilang tayo, wala tayong dala, we are naked, but and then when we leave, also when we die, it's also the same, wala tayong madadala, wala tayong madadala ng mga bagay dito sa mundo. So the most important thing is we enjoy our life, we enjoy our as a being human, na mayroong kayong nagawang kabuluhan, 'di ba? Tapos your duty as a parents, as a daughter, as a wife, as a sister-in-law, as a friend, you do it good, That's the most important, na makikita mo yung sarili mo na ito yung pinaka memorable ko as a being human in this world, na makikita ko yung anak ko na maganda yung buhay niya. And if ever man nawala ako dito sa mundo, I can see it that my son and my daughter, that they have a good future. Yun ang dapat mas magandang gawing motivation ninyo. Hindi yung pang material na bagay, kasi yun hindi natin yun madadala, never natin yun madadala. Kasi pag mawala ang isang tao sa mundo, tapos yung kanyang madadala is yung regret niya na hindi niya nagawa yung kanyang gustong gawin, na hindi niya nagawa na ibigay yung future na gusto niya, tapos yung kanilang promising na mag-asawa na they will stay together. Anong nangyari? Nag-abroad ka lang, naghiwalay na kayo, nag-abroad ka lang, nanlalaki ka na sa ibang bansa, nag-abroad ka lang, yung asawa mo sa Pilipinas may babae, o hindi nga sugarol, or hindi nga alcoholic, something like that, waldas dito, waldas doon, something like that. Hindi maganda. Dapat may patutunguhan yung purpose ninyo kung kayo nag-a-abroad, nag-iibang bansa. So sa lahat ng mga OFW, you guys are very very brave. Hindi madali yung mga desisyon na ginagawa ng as a OFW. And continue lang, guys. And I know it's easy. I know a lot of us, we are different, we are different path, and but we know, kasi syempre before we take that path, God, they already know it, kasi he's the first. So alam na niya. So and then he knows it. So And then, I hope na may nakuha kayong aral dito sa aking podcast, dito sa money or family. And I know it's difficult, but you have to balance it, the family and then the money also. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for supporting my video every day. All your positive comment, positive impact na nangyayari sa akin ngayon. It is really I really appreciate it, and I'm really thankful, guys, na you always there. And I know my video is really long, that sometimes they will think that it is, oh my god, Joanne, it is very long, and it's how many it's almost 1 hour. Better you do live than I do this because I can, I can think good, I can think good kasi minsan my mind is really so difficult to think, to focus also sometimes kasi if you having I'm having like adrenaline, something like that. I am very excited to share everything. So I am like that. So I love it. I love what I'm doing. I love what I'm sharing, and I'm contented if I see some people that they like my video, the comment, the positive comment. I'm really thankful for that. And anyway, thank you so much sa Team Pima ko. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Ate Rems. Thank you, Kuya Monday, Ate Badsi, Ate Rakitera, Ate Barbie. Thank you so much. Boss MB, Sir TJ, Doc Love, Miss Francia, and Miss Teresa Pedragosa, Sir Julius Maristela, Waray-Waray Talk Show, Ma'am Ran, and sa lahat ng Team Waray, thank you so much sa yung suporta. Hindi ko na kayo isa-isahin. Thank you so much. And sa Be Happy team also, sila Abril, and then Sheila, and kay Kuya M, at sa lahat na nagsusuporta sa aking channel. Thank you so much sa walang sawa ninyo. At sa lahat ng mga taong hindi ko nabanggit, kayo guys, Boss Rapi, thank you so much. At kayo guys is really a very good people na they supporting me, na hindi ninyo ako iniiwan. So thank you so much, guys, and God bless us, and always stay happy and be positive no matter what. We don't look problem, instead we have to look solution in it, because every problem, they always have a solution, and it's always like a temporary. It's not for the rest of our life. It's not like a prisoner. Problem is not a prisoner in our life. It's up to us. It's in our hand how to find a solution. If we want a solution, But if you doesn't want a solution, it's your choice, So everybody have choice. So anyway, thank you so much, and God bless us. Chuan is out. Thank you. Bye.